back to Mountain Town Detail. I'm Justin, and thanks for joining me. So today, I went and picked up this hood over to Junkyard. Pretty beat up, and I'm not sure how good it's gonna turn out, but we're gonna give it a shot. So we're gonna be doing a little decon on it, and then testing out a couple different polishes. But hey, let's get started on this thing and see what we can do. All right guys, so what I'm gonna be using first today is a little W4 citrus foam from Gtechniq. Gonna use this, it's got the power of citrus in here, which is gonna act like a degreaser and give it a little more cleaning power. So I'm gonna roll my Bucket Buddy system out. We're gonna get this set up and we'll get to washing in just a sec. After just rinsing it off, it has took all the globs of mud and dirt that's been caked on there for who knows how long off of it, and it is in pretty rough shape from what I can see. So let's get to washing and see what happens. So here we have our W4 citrus wash. Go ahead and throw in a little bit in the wash side here. I'm not going to measure it out, I'm just going to guess roughly, say roughly about 2 ounces in there, and that should be pretty good for what we're doing. And you know, this is just all a test and just see how good we can make this thing, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but let's give this a shot and see what happens. So now, since I have washed it, just a base wash with the W4 citrus cleaner, I'm going to go back over it with W6 iron fallout remover and let it sit for a few minutes, and then we'll come back, rinse it off, give it another base wash, and then I'll probably actually clay mid it too. I just want the paint, want all the contamination to be gone. So let's just go ahead and get started with this. We have put an iron remover on it. We have washed it off, and now we're gonna finish it off with a little clay action here. I'm actually gonna do the Theragcompany's clay towel with a little Kochchemie clay spray. So let's go ahead and get this going. All right, we're gonna do one final wash on this, just to double check again. So go ahead and get my Theragcompany silicone. Let's give it one more quick wash. Wash is done, so let me get this thing dried off. And my towel of choice, none other than the Gauntlet. That is my favorite drying towel, and it is by the Theragcompany. Be sure to go grab you one of these guys. Use code MTNTOWN15. It'll save you 15% off on these gauntlets. Let's get this thing dried off. And there we have it. She's dry, and she is ready for us to get seeing what kind of polish and compound we're going to use to get this thing nice. I've got a few of these little rubber plastic guy things here that I need to get off. I guess I don't really have to get off. I'm not really too worried about scratching the paint right now. It's just not a real vehicle anyways. Alright, so the current condition of the paint is actually not too good, but that's great. I'm glad it's not. I mean, there's oxidation, scratches, blemishes. It's not going to be perfect at all, but I want to try around 4 different compounds on this and the same pad to see which one has a better outcome. So that's what we're going to test today, and then whichever one is the best, that's the one that I'm going to use for the whole hood. And then later on down the road, maybe in a couple weeks, I'm going to also do a coating review on a couple of different coatings and see which ones actually bead the best, sheet the best, and just last the longest through a couple of different washes. But let me show you guys this and where you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so check it out there. A lot of blemishes, oxidation galore, scratching. This is actually going to be a pretty good test, I think. Good review on different products. And let's get this thing taped off and see what we can do with it. Alright, so I've got everything taped off. So I'm going to be using Rupes LHR15 Mark III. I'm going to be using Buff and Shine's Eurofiber microfiber cutting pad. I'm going to be using Rupes Protect, Rupes DA Coarse, Menzerna medium cutting polish, and then Kochchemie's Fine Cut. So let's see what these will do. I've got the tape marked off back here where I know exactly which product is where. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to be using the same pad which is not related to any of these guys, on every panel. I have a new pad per panel, but they're all the Buff and Shine Eurofiber cutting pad. So let's go ahead and get to this. So I don't know what happened, but it just deleted every section I've done so far. So I've done the D8 course by Rupes, the Uno Protect by Rupes, and then the Menzerna medium cut. I used a different microfiber pad on each one of them, and everything was the same. And now I'm on to the Kochchemie Fine Cut with this panel. So hopefully it doesn't delete it, but let's go ahead and do this. Alright, there we go. And now I'm going to also use a little CarPro Eraser just to get any of the residue that's left on there off. That way we can see the real results. Alright guys, let's check out the results and see how we did. So there they are, and I've got them labeled. Let's check out the Rupes DA course first, and we'll see how it did. Looks pretty good. There's the before there. There's the after. All right, let's move on to the Uno Protect. Tell you what, guys, this Uno Protect is looking good. Before and Uno Protect. All right, next up, let's do the Menzerna. And to be honest, it is looking pretty good as well. Next up is the Fine Cut by Kochchemie. And again, looking pretty good. So honestly, this is a hard one to tell which one I want to use on this. I'm going to take this tape off and check it out again, and we'll see how they look without the tape on there. All right, let's look at this one more time. So I'm going to eliminate the DA course, the Rupes DA course, which was here, because I do believe the Uno Protect looks better. And then literally, I don't really know. It looks like a wash to me. They look just about the same. Gloss level wise, I would say they're all pretty identical. Let's try that out and see. Still some scratching on the Uno Protect side. You can see it now good. Menzerna, a little bit. And honestly, the same goes for the Kochchemie too, but I just don't think it's as bad as the others. Alright guys, so that was it's hard to really determine which one was actually better. I feel like the Fine Cut took more swirls out than the other three, but oxidation wise they're all identical for the most part, and I would say gloss wise around the same, but swirling, I feel like that the Fine Cut did take more out than the others. So I'm going to do the whole hood with Fine Cut by Kochchemie, and we'll see how it looks when I'm done. Alright guys, let's check out that before and after again. So this side right here is done, and this side is not. Let me step back. Oh yeah, you can tell that gloss. Just check that out. Alright, so as you can tell, the one side is looking really nice. The other side, which I have not done yet, not so nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this side right here, and then we'll show you the final results. And there we have it. Check it out. She's called Glossy now. That's her name. So here's Glossy. So you go from a Junkyard 90 Chevy to being really nice and glossy. That's going to do it for this video, guys. The Junkyard Fine has turned out nice and shiny again. So it's got scratches and all that, but that's fine. So my main reason for this video, of course, is to see which compound was going to give me the best results and which one I was going to like the best. So I ended up going with the Kochchemie Fine Cut compound, and it turned out great. And the reason being is I just felt like that the swirls weren't there as much as the others, but that's probably preference too. But stay tuned for our next video. I'm going to be throwing different ceramics on this and doing a little comparison test. And I do have a new ceramic coming that just came out, and I will be putting that to the test against some of the others in that sort of category. But stay tuned for that video. But until next time, guys, keep enjoying those mountains, and don't forget to subscribe, follow, and like this video. Shoot me a comment down below and I'll shoot you one back. Thanks, guys. Peace.